Good afternoon. I'm Jessica Cartalia, and here are some of the stories WJZ is working on this afternoon.
Hey everyone, Ritter here with WJZ. Today is day 9 of the Korryn Gaines civil trial. We have been covering this from the start. Just to quickly bring you up to speed, we'll rehash real fast. Korryn Gaines, the 23-year-old mother, back in 2016, was shot and killed by Baltimore County Police after a 6-hour standoff in her apartment. Her family since then has filed a $4 million wrongful death lawsuit after she was killed, and her 5-year-old son Cody was also injured in the shooting. Well, the plaintiffs have put on their case for almost 2 weeks. They rested yesterday, and a big part of what they're really trying to get across here is this one image from Facebook Live of the officer that fired the fatal shot that killed Korryn Gaines. I'm going to let you take a look right here. As you can see, they're arguing that the officer in that position right there is in a low ready position, meaning that there is no immediate threat and that Gaines was never threatening him. Of course, the defense is arguing that, and today the defense will start to present their case. They're expecting to wrap up on Monday, and we could have a verdict in this thing possibly by Tuesday. Just real quick to hit on some of the testimony yesterday, we heard from an expert witness, a former FBI agent who elaborated on that position in the Facebook Live video, saying that he doesn't believe that officer was in an immediate threat by Gaines, who was holding a shotgun at the time. We also heard from Korryn's boyfriend, or former boyfriend, I should say, who is Cody's father, who talked about his son a little bit and how he's no longer the same kid he once used to be, hasn't been the same since his mom was killed, and is a shell of his former self. Again, it has certainly been an interesting few days. We're going to have a lot more on this story coming up on WJZ at 5 and 6 o'clock tonight.
I'm Mike Hellgren with an update on Baltimore's metro subway system. And WJZ has learned that the big problems are with the elevated tracks starting at the northern end of the system, which is in the Owings Mills area. And the tracks have damage, and this covers about half the total distance of the metro system. So what they're telling us now is that it may be several weeks before that is repaired. Initially, we'd heard Monday. Now we're hearing those portions of the metro starting at the northern end may not reopen for several weeks, but they're still investigating the problem. We talked to the MTA administrator, who said that safety is their #1 priority. They didn't want to take any risks. However, we also talked to some union officials, and they tell us that there were known problems with the tracks for years, and that they have been trying to get attention to this problem. They say, you know, we've heard about the DC Metro's problems, but we have much worse problems right in our own backyard. They say the system is unsafe, and so they're glad that this is getting attention now, but they say it should have been done much sooner. That's the latest on the metro subway problems. I'll have more tonight at 4, 5, and 6.
In a confusing press conference Friday morning, Baltimore police talked about what the department will look like under a new commissioner. I'm Kimberly Eiten. I was inside headquarters this morning as newly confirmed Commissioner Daryl D'Souza walked us through a reorganization of the department, leading off by already backtracking on an expected appointment. Earlier this week, there were reports that retired officer Tom Casella would step into the role of Deputy Police Commissioner. D'Souza today saying that won't be the case after documents leaked allegedly showing a spotted past in personnel records. Then the spokesperson for the department telling reporters there have been no final decisions and they're working to verify if the leaked records are real. Other takeaways this morning: a new integrity division to address corruption on the heels of the gun task force trials. That means random integrity tests and polygraph tests for members of specialized units. Also, a new overtime abuse unit.
I'm Alex DeMetrick. From hobby to airborne workhorse, PGE is now putting drones to work. They'll be used to hover over the tops of utility poles and power lines, sending video back to crews on the ground. Today on WJZ and WJZ.com, will drones make work more efficient and safer for people?
Good afternoon. I'm Devin Bartolotta here with Jesse J. Holland. He is the author of Who is the Black Panther? Jesse, can you tell me just a little bit about what this is and how it relates to the movie that's coming out very soon?
Well, the novel tells the origin of T'Challa, the Black Panther, and the movie will be telling a bit of a different story. But if you want to know who this character is, what Wakanda is, and the background of the movie, this is a good place to start.
Okay, this is a very highly anticipated movie. We're going to have much more from Jesse coming up tonight at 5 and 6 on WJZ. We'll see you then.
Much more on these stories coming up on WJZ at 4, 5, and 6.